We can all agree this was Manchester United's best performance in a while, right? I mean, aside from the Liverpool and Arsenal games, where the Red Devils were clear underdogs, most performances have been below average. Now, some might argue that this dominant win came against a mediocre Europa League side, but that couldn't be further from the truth. FCSB has both a solid European history and strong form in this season's competition. Still, this game revealed some key blueprints that Ruben Amorim can use to shape the rest of United's campaign. From a different build-up structure to Kobbie Mainoo's new role, if you're curious about what these blueprints are and how they could turn the Red Devils season around, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Now let's dive straight into the video. First, let's start with the in-possession structure. Since taking over at Old Trafford, and even during his time at Sporting, Ruben Amorim has always favored a rigid 3-2-5 shape when his team has the ball. However, replicating this shape in England has been more challenging due to the lack of high-quality wingbacks at his disposal. In this game, though, the build-up shape looked completely different, especially in the first half. Here, you can see the usual back three, but the second line of build-up was no longer a traditional double pivot. Instead, United formed a diamond in midfield, with Collier sitting at the base, while Bruno, Eriksen, and Mainoo spread out to complete the shape. So, what's the purpose of this setup? Well, with the wingbacks stretching the opposition fullbacks and the tens dropping deeper, passing lanes into central areas naturally open up, making it easier to progress the ball through the middle. Another key advantage of this shape is the constant formation of triangles. With the tens dropping into midfield, more passing options emerge, allowing United to maintain possession through quick, fluid combinations. Of course, for this system to work, you need the right profiles, players who are comfortable on the ball and capable of operating under pressure. And that's exactly where Mazraoui's return at right centre-back made a huge difference. The Moroccan brought a level of composure and calmness in possession that United had been missing in deeper areas, especially down the right-hand side. Players like De Ligt had struggled in previous games, but Mazraoui's ball-playing ability helped United build from the back with confidence. Take this moment, for example. Mazraoui received the ball under pressure from Ahmad, yet he remained unfazed. Instead of panicking, he dribbled past his marker, played a quick pass back to Ahmad, then sprinted into space to receive the ball again and escape the press. With 102 touches and a 90% pass accuracy, he was crucial in helping United circulate and progress the ball from deep. This is exactly why Mazraoui should be playing as a right centre-back rather than a wing-back. He's simply more effective in deeper areas. But he wasn't the only player who thrived in a new position in this game. Kobbie Mainoo was another player who looked completely different compared to recent weeks. The 20-year-old impressed with a bright cameo as the left-sided number 10 against Fulham, and that performance clearly earned him a starting spot in the same role. From making runs in behind to linking up play in tight spaces, Mainoo showed exactly why he can be more influential higher up the pitch. His technical ability shone in the final third, whether he was operating on the left or right. He played a key role in creating the first goal and even got on the score sheet for the second. Could this mean his days as a pivot are behind him? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Another key tweak Amorim made was during goal kicks. This time, no centre-back inverted into midfield. Instead, De Ligt and Martinez split wide, while Mazraoui or Dalot dropped into the first line of build-up. This allowed United to play into the pivot and use bounce passes to find the free man and escape pressure. In previous league games, Maguire's tendency to invert into midfield actually clogged central passing lanes, making progression difficult. Interestingly, Amorim used to do this at Sporting with Diamandi stepping into midfield, so perhaps this is just a temporary adjustment. Now, the third major change Amorim made came when United didn't have the ball. And actually, this isn't the first time the Portuguese coach has used this setup. He did it against Ipswich and more recently against Rangers. So, let me explain. Usually, Manchester United defend in a 5-2-3 shape out of possession. But in the Premier League, this setup has often been ineffective. Take this example from the last game against Fulham. Here you can see United pressing with that front five in the 5-2-3 structure. The issue is that the pivot players are too easily dragged out of position, which creates massive gaps in midfield, especially if pressing intensity drops or players get pinned back by the opposition. On top of that, with wide players trying to cover central spaces, the flanks become exposed, allowing the opposition to progress either through passing or ball carrying. Against FCSB, however, things looked different. United primarily defended in a 4-4-2 shape. The front two took turns applying pressure, while the second line of press stayed compact, with the central midfielders covering the middle of the pitch. Even when a wide player stepped up to press, like Garnacho in this instance, the fullback supported from behind, keeping the entire defensive block compact and organized. Just like the tweak to the build-up shape, this adjustment isn't entirely new. Amorim has used it before. So, whether he sticks with it moving forward remains to be seen. But for Manchester United fans, let's hope he does. The Red Devils secured a much-needed win, giving them 3 straight weeks without midweek games, a valuable opportunity for Ruben Amorim to spend more time on the training ground and fine-tune this struggling United side. Who knows? With more time to work on tactics, we might just see a much improved version of this team. So, what do you think about these tweaks? Should Amorim implement them in the Premier League, or is he being extra cautious, given the level of competition? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more content.